On January 6, Congress was fulfilling its constitutional duty to certify the results of the presidential election. When Vice President Pence, Speaker Pelosi, and other members of Congress had to be quickly evacuated because a violent mob had breached the Capitol. Mr. Miller, you were the acting Secretary of Defense on January 6. Did President Trump, as the Commander-in-Chief of the U.S. Armed Forces, call you during the January 6 attack to ensure the Capitol was being secured? Mr. Miller.
No, I had all the authority I needed from the President to fulfill my constitutional duties.
Did you speak with President Trump at all as the attack was unfolding?
On January 6th?
Yes.
No, I did not. I didn't need to. I had all the authority I needed and knew what had to happen. I knew what had to happen.
Did you speak with Vice President Pence during the attack, yes or no?
Yes.
According to a Defense Department timeline, it was Vice President Pence and not President Trump who called during the siege to say the Capitol was not secure and to give you the direction to, quote, clear the Capitol. What specifically did Vice President Pence say to you that day?
Vice President's not in the chain of command. He did not direct me to clear the Capitol. I discussed very briefly with him the situation. He provided insights based on his presence there, and I notified him, or I informed him that by that point, the District of Columbia National Guard was being fully mobilized and was in coordination with local and federal law enforcement to assist in clearing the Capitol.
According to the DoD timeline, the Vice President's call to you occurred at 4:08 p.m., more than 2 hours after the Capitol had been breached. Yet, according to this timeline, it was not until after your call with Vice President at 4:32 p.m. that you authorized D.C. National Guard troops to deploy to the Capitol. Did you issue your order in response to the Vice President's call?
No, I issued the order to mobilize the District of Columbia National Guard and provide all necessary support to civilian and local and federal law enforcement at 3. I gave approval at 3 p.m. and the order was issued at 3:04 p.m.
Well, Mr. Miller, your order to deploy came only 24 minutes after the Vice President called you, and your testimony is that they are unrelated. Do I have that right?
I'm sorry, you're going to have to say that again.
That's hard for me to believe, but I'm going to move on.
Mr.
Rosen, excuse me. Mr. Rosen, let me now turn to you. You were the acting Attorney General on January 6th, and you reported directly to the President. Did you speak to President Trump at all on January 6th?
I did not. I did not require any authorities that the department didn't already have.
Well, I think that the lack of direct communication from President Trump speaks volumes. President Trump swore an oath to protect the Constitution and to faithfully execute his duties as Commander-in-Chief. But when his supporters attacked our nation's capital, the President was nowhere to be found, leaving it to others to scramble to respond. I'd like to close with a few simple questions. Mr. Rosen, you were the head of the Justice Department on January 6th. Do you believe the 2020 presidential election was stolen from President Trump?
Chairwoman Maloney, I addressed that issue in my written statement. I don't really have anything to go beyond that other than to say that there was no evidence presented of widespread fraud of a sufficient scale to overturn the election.
And Mr. Miller, based on his actions leading up to January 6th and on the day of the attack, do you believe President Trump fulfilled his oath to faithfully execute his duties as president and to preserve, protect, and defend the Constitution?
Yes.
Well, I think the evidence is clear. The president refused to lift a finger to send aid after he incited a violent rebellion against our republic. The President therefore betrayed his oath of office and betrayed his constitutional duty. My time has expired.